Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today, I am actually going to be working on my tusnian crochet scarf. I kind of have made a tusnian crochet scarf, but I'm thinking about frogging it because I just did the simple stitch, and I think I used too small of a hook because I was using red heart, and I just used like a 4.5, which is normal for red heart if you just use normal crochet. But for this, I definitely don't think it'll be fine. But if you remember in one of my past videos, I used this brown and purple yarn for a beanie and I just thought it was way too thin. So I am going to make a scarf with this instead. I do also have a orange that's different from this, but I think it'll work good for a scarf with this. So I did go ahead and do a little blocking with the scarf already just to make sure that I knew the stitches and everything. And it was going pretty good. Like, it's fine. But I messed up on the mesh because you're supposed to go between the simple and the mesh stitch for this. And I am actually going to frog it now that I know exactly what I'm doing. And I don't know how long it's going to take me, but this is going a lot better than the other one. It's not rolling over as bad, which I think is absolutely fantastic. That was the one thing that I was really worried about. But I am using a 6mm too on this time. So it's going a little bit better than using like the 4, the 5, whatever I used. So, but I'm not going to mess with that one. I'm just going to work on this one and see how it goes. I think it's going to work up pretty good and pretty fast. But I don't know if it's going to be a kid one or if it's going to be an adult one. So we'll find out. Because this is all I have left is this one skein. And I am not buying any more of it. It was given to me. I don't even know where it came from. So, but anyways, enough of my yapping. I've been going off for like 2 minutes about everything I've done already. So, I'm going to go ahead and frog this, which I could be doing while I'm doing this. And I'm just going to go back to the 7 rows. And I'm going to go between the mesh and the simple stitch for those couple rows. And I will link the pattern. It's a free pattern. Found it here on YouTube. And it's fantastic. And there's even a video that they have to show the stitches. That's all on the link. I'll put that in the description. So, yeah. Let's get started on this. Okay, so I wanted to just come on and talk about kind of what happened. I had to frog a couple rows because I ended up having like 38 or something stitches instead of 40. And I couldn't figure out what it was. So I went back and I found it. And it was just on the ends. And I just like skipped a couple stitches when I was doing it. So definitely have to count when I'm doing this project. But I did go ahead and do a little note card and did rows up to like 170 something. And I'm a little less than half the skein, and I'm on row like 30, I think. But it's not going too bad. I think it'll definitely need to get blocked, but I do like the pattern of it. It is definitely a fancy scarf, and I do like the length of it. So it'll probably definitely be a kid's scarf and not an adult scarf, but that's fine. I honestly just wanted to kind of use up the yarn because I didn't want to make a beanie out of it. So I went ahead and frocked that, and then I worked a little bit more on it. Did that card. And now I'm just honestly just going to work on it while I play, like I usually do with any like fast projects like this. Well, not fast, but you know. Well, this is definitely a work in progress. It's working up, the yarn is working up a little faster than I thought it was going to, but on the other end, I'm not used to tusnian crochet. I just use normal crochet. I don't even knit, so this definitely feels more like knitting to me than crochet. But anyways, going back to this. Okay, so I'm about to go to bed. I did get quite a bit done on it. This is about as much as I got done, which isn't bad for one day. But I definitely did like the pattern and stuff wrong, and it is definitely because I just don't know how to read it properly, I guess. But it's still working out perfectly fine. Like, it looks fine. It's not like gonna change it too much. It's just how much mesh you're doing, and it's just alternating between the mesh and the simple, so it's not that bad. But I am going to do probably another bigger chunk of simple so that it's like warm in the middle, just because I am over halfway done with the skein, and it'll still make it long enough for a kid's scarf. Like, it'll double it, so it'll, yeah, because I can go around my face almost halfway already. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I should easily be able to finish this tomorrow. And I do have this orange that's thinner than that. It's about the same, but I'm not gonna make a hat out of it. So I will definitely try and read the pattern again to see if I can do it a little bit better. And I definitely just think it's because I didn't I'm not used to the stitches. So anyways, I'm going to bed. That was our progress. Okay, so it is the next day. We are going to be continuing on that scarf. It's a little afternoon now. I want to get a little bit done on this skein. There isn't too much left on it, really. And I don't remember if I showed you, but this is how much progress we've made, which it's a good amount of progress. So this is definitely going to be a kid scarf. I don't know if I said that or not either, but it's going great. The mesh definitely makes it a little bit more like flowy versus just doing the simple stitch, but it's still thick enough that you can use it as a scarf. But if I were to do this again, I would probably make it a couple shorter, like lengthwise, with whatever this way is, the short way. But I'm gonna go ahead and work on this. And I want to get most of this done before I go out and do chores again, which that'll be in like 3 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how far I can get. Okay, so I went ahead and finished it. It's definitely not as long as I thought it would be, but it almost completely wraps around my head. And I do have a button, so you gotta take that into consideration. It wraps all the way around, and it goes, So it works. Definitely as a kid's scarf, though, or just like, if you wanted to, I guess you could like tie it up and around just to make like a, I don't know what those kind of scarves are called. But they just like loop and they just like hang here like that. Like it could definitely be like that. But that was entirely on my fault because I just used whatever yarn I had left. So, my entire thoughts, I definitely just kind of skipped around on the pattern because I messed up and did not listen correctly on it. But again, that's a me thing. So, I would definitely make this again. I actually have another scarf that I want to make. So, I'm probably going to go ahead and make that one. But, following their actual pattern this time. But, yeah, I would definitely recommend. It'll be in the description. But, anyways, since I'm filling out this end that I forgot about at the beginning, thanks for watching. That's literally all it is. And I'm glad I got this yarn out of my stash and didn't have to make a hat out of it. So thanks for watching.